This is a actually a request flight, but it's an old one, long time ago, and I basically I'm blushing a little bit. I basically forgot about it and didn't do it. So now I'm doing it from south of Stockholm, over Stockholm, landing in Arlanda, the international airport of Stockholm. So we're starting from a smaller airport and going to the big one. And I chose the Diamond SR20 because I'm not too familiar with that, and I think it's cute, so so I chose that one, and let's see how it goes. If the simulator is going to go. What I'm also interested is the scenery of Stockholm should have been improved. I haven't seen it before, but that makes me think that it's great. And Arlanda airport should be reworked or updated or whatever. So that's also okay. This looks interesting. Is that the right word? Graphics on the airplane isn't that great. It's an interesting runway. Or maybe we are not on the runway. Oopsie, I forgot that it's night. So, oh, it's not night. Yeah, it is actually. So I think I'll go and check the time. Maybe I didn't forget that it's night. Oh, the graphics doesn't work. See, the graphics doesn't work, which is a bummer. Okay. So here we are, and well, graphics of the co-pilot at least works. So it's a bummer that we cannot see where we are going. I can use the compass rose and hope for that the graphics will return, and then see that works opposite of what I'm expecting, which will make it interesting when we get airborne. This at least works as expected, and the flaps are actually down. So let's try it without the instruments. What could possibly go wrong? Seems to be some holes under the dashboard, and we are 75 knots. We should get airborne, and we are. And yeah, it's going to be a little interesting probably. Oh, we already froze. Let's get the engine revs down. Well, it's going to crash. I'm almost certain. So yeah, it is. So that was the airport we came from. Let's see if we can follow the GPS. I need to remember that. And the engine is way too high. It's dragging very much to the left, which makes sense. Okay. Well, if this is supposed to be Stockholm, then I would say I'm mildly disappointed, and that is with a large portion of sarcasm. I hope we are way out of Stockholm. I think actually we're going for the dome, or what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. Is it the dome? No. It's a very large dome. Yeah, it's a large dome, but I don't remember the name of it. But what I do remember is that it's obvious, an obvious name. So if you know Swedish language, then you would know what it's called. I do know Swedish language, but I cannot remember what it's called. But of course I can find out, because Google is your friend, right? If I can find Stockholm, of course. It's a very interesting flight, this. So, according to Google, it's called Globen. Oops, sorry, I was concentrating on Google, and you shouldn't do that while you're flying. That has actually killed people in the real world, that they didn't fly. Oh, what is it they used to say? Aviate, navigate, communicate. Is that the thing? So it's called Globen, which makes sense because Globen in Swedish means the globe. And we are losing some altitude, which isn't great. Of course, we shouldn't go too far up either, so let's very uneven flight this. I think if the co-pilot has the least amount of what's it called, if she the least suffers from transport sickness, seasickness and so on, then she is right now vomiting all over the place. Motion sickness, that's what it's called, motion sickness. So now we are here over Globen, and I can see that I actually quite accidentally put Globen as the waypoint, more or less. So here we are, Globen in Stockholm, and Vichy Stadium. My guess is that that is football, the European kind of football, not the one where you run around with a ball under your arm. Oh, we have to go outside for the Globen. Oops. There it is. And then it looks like there's a big train station, more like where they repair and maintain trains. And we are way off course. So let's get behind the airplane. Because now we're getting to the islands of Stockholm. If you don't know, Stockholm is basically a lot of islands. And I think this one behind the airplane is the one called ebcause, and this one is one of them is called something with king. Or maybe it's because the king's castle is there. So the king's castle is probably that big square thing there. Which doesn't look like that, that's for sure. And then you have the town hall over there on that. Let's get inside the airplane and look out again. So am I pointing? We have to go back to get over the King's Castle again, King's Palace. This is the older part of the city. It's not Gamla Stan. I don't exactly remember which one is called Gamla Stan. So here we are coming back to the King's Castle, and there's a sunken boat down there. I don't know why the King's Castle is looking like that, because in the real world it most certainly doesn't look like that. So I'm trying to give Stockholm a little time to build, and then we can, because this is basically Stockholm, we need to go. You can see what the GPS is. We need to go that way to get to Arlanda airport. let's get to see if we can get to the town hall before we leave. See, Stockholm is building up and it's getting a lot more realistic, and there we have the town hall, which also doesn't look that great, to be honest. In the real world it looks a little more realistic. This doesn't have any windows or doors or anything, actually. Doesn't even have walls. So there's at least something to work on there, Microsoft. Calling it an upgrade is maybe not. I would say if this is an upgrade, then I'm happy that I didn't see it before the upgrade. So now we are talking. And freezing. Now it starts to look a lot. Yeah, well, I don't know. In the background there, it looks still not that great, but apparently we are getting closer to something that looks okay. So let's get towards Arlanda, and as I don't have any instruments, then we'll need to use the compass rose. I was hoping that the instrument would come back, but not really. So when you land in Arlanda and you need to go to Stockholm, then from Arlanda airport there's a very fast train. I believe it was around 500 kilometers per hour, I'm not sure, it's many years ago. But it was very, very fast. It was, especially for someone coming from Denmark, where the fastest train in Denmark is like 160 kilometers per hour. And 160 kilometers per hour is just about 100 miles per hour, right? So, not great. I would like to get a little more aligned with the GPS here, so that I don't have to second guess where the airport is. You can see we are already there. If you look at the top, I believe that's where the entrance to the pattern is. So let's see, do we have this, the electronic flight back? Well, not right now at least. Now everything is frozen, so There it is. And let's see if we... Yeah, well, I would like to get an overview. Okay, so actually I lost Arlanda. I think this could be Arlanda. So let's go towards that. And we don't really know how the wind is, so see if I have Arlanda here. No, I don't. So that's a little oopsie daisy on top of no instruments. So that's it's going to be interesting how to land this under these circumstances. And you can see here that even the graphics here is not great. So what do we have for? So if we come in, then we are going what? Oops, that was a little too much. I don't see the number. Oops, there. Does it say 1, 2? I think it does. And we are as low as 500 feet, so maybe we should get a little power because we are not that close to the airport yet. Can I see it? Yeah, I can actually. So we are that close to the airport. And let's see if things get weird. Let's see, 99 miles is probably too much. I don't know, it's like there's an auto throttle or something. Something is taking over the aircraft. And that is not that great because we need to land, and when we now are at 118 we are going to crash the landing gear. But I have turned off the engine basically, so I'm trying to turn, but nothing really happens. So now we go for a burger instead. Interesting. So let's get in here and get a burger so we can... Oops, what's going on? Ooh, okay. I put it to the game actually crashed even before, so so it's I'm not taking it out on anything else than the game crashed. And I think okay, I think it's let's get down from here. I think it is the airplane. The plane was actually disabled in my marketplace, and that could be from a very good reason. I would think that the co-pilot isn't that impressed with the landing, at least. I am not, to be sure, honest. So that's it. Let's get up, and so that is. I think that's the first time I landed on a parking lot, at least. But then you can get a burger at Max. Yeah, interesting. It's always interesting when the game crashes like this. You never know what happens. Sometimes the controller sets out and you don't have any control, so the plane does everything, a lot of strange things. And then there's this one where the graphics sets out. And to be honest, I think there's an error in the plug-in for the airplane, because I actually think that I can remember that I had this problem the last time too. So here you can see why we land. So we actually went off the runway there and into the parking lot. Interesting that it's even possible, right? So that's it. Enjoy whatever you're doing, and if you, like me, are laughing of my poor skills in Flight Simulator, then consider to subscribe. I do a lot of these failed landings because that's the way I learn. It's a little bit like what is it called? SpaceX, that you explode a dozen of rockets and then someday you get it right. I'm a little bit like that. So please press like, subscribe, doorbell, and whatever is possible in YouTube. If you want to support me, of course, if you think that I'm an idiot and speaking a weird English, and you could never support anything like this, then don't subscribe. That's okay too. But thank you if you do. Bye.